it is the 28th, I think, of April, and it is time to start harvesting peas. If you recall from a previous video, I planted these peas a little while ago. I'll put a date down there so you see when. But you can see how they're growing. Now these are all growing in an aquaponics environment. Let me show you here what I mean by that. Now you see over there is a fish pond, and water is pumped out of the fish pond, and it goes around in these grow beds here, and some of it comes into here. Now these are two long grow beds that are filled with floating raft aquaponics. And you see I've got a few tomato plants in here that are going to start rooting out, and I've got some lettuce plant. There's one that's going to seed. There's another lettuce plant. There's just various things in here. But you can see it's water, okay? And water flows from that end down to that end and then back into the fish pond. And anyway, one of the things I planted in here a while ago was peas. Now these peas here are all on the other side. And you see there's where the water comes in over here. But these peas are about ready to be picked. You can see some of them are toward the bottom. Some of them are pretty big pods, and so these have got to be picked. And you can see the ones on this end got a little singed. We had to go out of town and leave the cooling turned off here for a while, and so the ones on this end got a little bit singed, as you can see by the leaves here. See that? And over here they're not so bad, because I guess toward that end enough natural ventilation came in. But you can see all these peas, and it's time to pick them. And I'm not going to pick them all because they're not all ripe. You can see the ones toward the top are still a little flat. And so anyway, so we're going to pick peas today. And well, I still got celery everywhere. Anyway, so we're going to pick peas today and see if we can have some for breakfast. Okay, got a basket here. Well, it's still a lot. There's one. When I was a kid, I worked at a guy that ran a farmer's operation. He had a whole, well, I don't know, you go on not a farmer's market, but his family did well, they'd grow crops and then they would sell them at his stand, his farmer's stand. And I remember he grew fields full of peas and beets and stuff. And I remember I worked for that guy in the store when I was 14, 15 years old. And we'd hire a bunch of kids in the springtime to pick peas. And I remember one of my jobs was when they came in, I'd weigh the peas and then they'd get paid so much a pound for the peas. And I remember there was this one gal, and I made a mistake, and I don't know how I did it, but she'd come back and I guess she checked her receipt and stuff, but boy, she was mad. And you know, and I knew her. She was one of the kids that went to school with, and well, she was convinced I tried to cheat her, and it was just a mistake. And boy, I couldn't. She was angry. But anyway, that's my memory of pea picking. I never did pick the peas, but that's my involvement with them. You know, I got quite a few here. This is just, you can see there's quite a few here, and I just picked a few, so there's quite a bit more to go. So we'll go down here and get them all picked. Okay, so here's the harvest. I got a little basket full of peas, and this isn't even half, maybe a quarter of what's out there. And I had some broccoli, and I thought I'd pick. This is failed broccoli. There's just a few plants are doing well. These overwintered, and they're not doing too well. And then I picked some celery. Now we already have way too much celery, but I thought I'd cut these up and maybe we can try to eat them. But way too much to eat today.